What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. So it has begun movement on Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. This card is hitting $17, about $20 for the secret rares coming out of Shining Victories. I watched John's Market Watch yesterday, and he was kind of alluding to the fact that he thought that there was going to be a buyout potentially on Winter Cherries soon. Looks like it happened, possibly. I don't think that this was actually a buyout. I think that this actually might have been a little more organic. I think this may have been a bunch of players rushing to get these, and I think the reason is because when it came out yesterday that Double Helix was going to only be an ultra rare, I think that meant that everybody can pretty much, like every competitive player can get their Double Helixes, and everybody was like, shit, if we can afford Double Helix and we don't have to pay $80 to $100 for the cards, let's go ahead and buy our Winter Cherries now, because you're not just going to have Spiral players who are buying Double Helix, you're going to have people who duel against Spirals who are picking up a copy of the card just to play it with Winter Cherries. And I thought that this was inevitable. I spent way too much money on Winter Cherries last year, a long time ago, and I still have a play set. And I remember even before the reprint and the Megatons, I remember Winter Cherries getting down to like $6, but the reason that I held on to mine is because I was like, well, you know, if Firewall Dragon gets big enough, maybe this card will go back up in value. I never thought it would be because of Spirals, but that is the main reason why this card is going up in value. It's just such a dominating play against Spirals, especially considering they always want to go first, and this is a perfect hand trap for going second. You let them summon anything, whether it be Quick Fix or Super Agent or whatever they're gonna do. You reveal this card, you show them the Double Helix, you banish all their copies, and then they're just kind of playing, you know, they have to play you straight up, and that's just devastating for them. So I don't think, I could be wrong here, I don't think Winter Cherries is going to go down anytime soon. I think it's probably going to be a $20 card as long as Spirals are like the best deck or one of the best decks in the meta. Again, also very good against ABC if you still happen to play against those at like regionals. Just, you know, banish the Buster Dragon and whatnot. Droll and Lockbird is another card that I think has just been a little under the radar. I actually feel like it's better than Ash Blossom, way better, definitively better in the Spiral matchup, because like against Ash, I mean, if you compare it to Ash Blossom against Spirals, like, yeah, you can hit Terraforming, you can hit the Spiral Resort Search, you can hit one search with Quick Fix, but if they have Machine Duplication, like, what the fuck are you really doing there? You know, your card is a hard once per turn, you take a neg1, and then you really don't do anything else for the rest of the turn, and it's a neg1 as long as you don't use it on Terraforming. But with Droll and Lockbird, you kind of shut their play down. If they open with Terraforming, you know, you use Droll and Lockbird on that if you're pretty confident that you're playing against Spirals, or if they use the Spiral Resort, then you definitely use it, and then they can't Quick Fix shenanigans. There is no amount of Quick Fixes that they can use that will actually net them any cards. So Droll and Lockbird is about $17, as well as Winter Cherries. You see the super rare copy and the OTS is like $22. This is another card that I think is actually going to be around $20 for the cheapest as soon as Spirals actually hit the ground running, because it is from Star Strike Blast. There obviously are only first edition copies, and you know, Konami is probably not going to reprint this for some time. I mean, maybe if we're lucky they'll put it in the next OTS pack as like a common, but that isn't until December, so you know, most people probably not going to want to wait that long, since Circuit Break comes out in October this month. Next up, Ash Blossom. And the theme of this video is pretty much just like Hand Trap City. So this one is going up, and I know a lot of people have been, they've been grandstanding with Ash Blossom. Everybody and their mama was like, I told her guys to pick up Ash Blossom when she was 40. Am I the only person who has not been blown away by this card? I played it so much. Maybe I'm just using it on the wrong things, but I swear to goodness, every time I use this on a deck, it just seems like they always have another way of searching. I guess Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so search reliant right now that hitting like one search doesn't really do anything. Or I'm not gonna say it doesn't do anything, it just doesn't feel like it does enough. Like, I could honestly, this card was about $80 just yesterday, and now it's down to about $71. I wouldn't be surprised if Ash Blossom went to like $60 if she kind of cooled down. I actually would hold off on this. If you look at a deck like Dark Magician, they have way too many searching for one. They have way too many searches for one Ash Blossom to really completely shut their play down. I mean, they have Dark Magical Circle. A lot of them play 3 copies of Pot of Duality. Some of them play Desires and Allure of Darkness. Obviously, you have Magician's Rod. Like, getting one search. Oh, you also have Apprentice Illusion Magician, which most of them are multiple copies of as well. And you also have Illusion Magic. And I think I don't run Summoner's Art anymore in my Dark Magician, but you know, some people might run Summoner's Art to get the Dark Magician. Like, if you look look at that deck, it's just way too many. It's way too many searches. Same kind of goes with the spirals as I just talked about. Like, I think it's okay against pendulums, hitting the Joker, hitting pendulum call, like that can kind of shut down a player's turn. But in general, I kind of feel like there's just way too many searching cards in most competitive meta decks. Then another card that I want to talk about, I don't really understand this at all. I think this is the fakest hype ever. I think that this is going to be a complete failed buyout. So somebody, somebody went and I guess bought up all the copies of Vendread Reorigin, and now this card is like almost $8.50 when it's normally about half that price. I don't get this, because even with the new Vendread support, if you think Vendreads are going to be high level competitive, you're probably not playing this card, right? So I don't get it. It seems like somebody was like, oh, I'm just gonna buy out the shiniest Vendread card and people will have to buy this. Like, I don't really think so. The same thing happened a little bit with Vendread Horde. It's not up that much, only like 40 cents, but this one had basically doubled in the last 24 hours, and I don't quite get it, because this is arguably Vendread's worst card in the archetype. So why would you buy out this card? I don't think Vendreads are an archetype where you can really have successful buyouts, because everything in the archetype except, like, you know, a couple copies of, or except the secret rare, like everything is just low rarity, you know what I mean? Their ritual spell is a common, the ritual monster is a rare. Maybe you should wait until they get Chimera, which is obviously like a secret rare, but I don't know. This one seems like it's a super reach, and I don't think this is going to be successful. If you're playing Vendreads or you're looking forward to the support coming out in Circuit Break, you're probably not going to be playing Reorigin anyway. It just wasn't a successful card, and it's a very slow card in a deck that for some reason already has a whole bunch of traps anyway. So you guys let me know what you think. Do you think that these hand trap prices are inflated? You think they're going down or up? I think all of these cards are going to settle. Well, not Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is, you know, obviously not getting it. It's not reprinted, and it is only in secret rare. I think that Droll and Lock and I think Winter Cherries are both going to be around 20 bucks. I think that they're just going to be so prevalent in the meta, as long as spirals are some of the best decks in the format. Also, you know what? Drone and Lock is also really good against the Magic Bullet deck as well, especially if they're playing Toon Table of Contents. If they activate a Toon Table of Contents, you can basically just use your Drone and Lock bird on that, and then they can't do any more searching for the rest of the turn, and that will be probably another solid meta deck, so even more reason to get Drone and Lock. I think Ash Blossom is going to fall down a little bit, because I feel like it's a little overvalued right now. I know it's a strong card, but I don't think it's as good as Drone and Lock bird right now, to be honest. And then I honestly think that this is just a failed buyout. So whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on those notifications for daily videos.